Hello, my Padawans. Happy Friday night. How are you guys doing tonight? Hope you guys doing good. Last year, I started a video on paper on my out-of-body experience, and I'm getting serious here. I know that a lot of people just want me to make dumb and drama and other type of videos, but I wanted to do something more personal to me. And why? Well, because I promised that I was going to do part two. So this is part two. This is the end of the out-of-body experience. And I don't want to make this too long. It was 1984. Okay, 1984. I was 12 years old when I had this out-of-body experience, and it lasted 13 hours. It was 13 hours. It was real, and it was not a dream. Why do I bring it up again? Number one, I lost my original video that I had on my older channel and on my Vio laptop. I can't access my video. That video was about 8 hours long, where I talk about my trip to the end of the universe. So I lost that. I don't have that video anymore. And also, I was talking to someone at the resort. You know who you are. And we were discussing the travel to the end of the universe. And so I kind of want to end. I want to end this story in part two and sort of summarize why it's important to me and why you should know the truth about God and who we are and why we are here. And as you know, I'm not a very religious person. I don't go to church. I am a Christian, but I am not a religious Christian. I only go by the teachings of Jesus. The other stuff in the Bible, I don't care about. I really don't. So I'm more of a spiritual person. And I just want to make this really quick, easy, and just tell you the truth about everything. But I want to start first with showing you some paintings, because I know a lot of people sort of seen them before. But okay, it was 1984. I leave my body from point A to point B, from Earth to the end wall, the black wall at the end of the universe. Yes, the universe is a round sphere. It's black. The walls are black. And at the end of the universe, there is a hole that sort of looks like a star. It's basically just like a passageway, like a portal. Like, you go from this universe to the other side. And on the other side, it's all white. It's all clouds. It's all energy. It's all oxygen. But I want to show you these paintings that I've done over the years of the out-of-body experience. And here's the city that I went to, that I passed through, one of the planets that I arrived at. Here's the city, the futuristic city. And I like this painting. I just like it a lot. Okay. I guess for those who haven't seen it, there you go. And I'm not here to show off the paintings. I'm just sort of like, when I had this out-of-body experience, I did many drawings as a kid. I told my mom, I told everybody about it. Nobody would believe me. They would just say, "Hey, you watch too much Star Wars, it's a Star Wars dream." And that's as far as it got with my family. Nobody believed me. Now here's the alien creature that I encountered in one of the planets. And I know you guys seen this one before. This is acrylic, flat canvas. But the most important one is this one here. This is the one with the two, I would say, angels and the table and the TV screen. Now, the reason this one is important is because this is the end, okay? This is the end of the story. And I just want to get to the end of the story and tell you what it all means. if you guys want to go back and watch part one, it's very long. It's very boring. It's just me drawing these circles and these lines. It wasn't very good. So it's been about a year that I've discussed this issue. Look, I'm more of a spiritual person than religious. Okay. And the reason that is because now when people say 1984, now you know really what it really means. All right, look, I love 1984 as a year for the best films, the best music, the best, the malls, the clothing, everything was amazing in 1984. But what really enhanced my ability, my superpower, was this out of body, okay? And you can't forget it. It was so real. Anyway, so I arrive at the end of the universe and I meet up with these two guys, these two angels. And I just call them angels because I didn't know what they were. Remember, I was a kid. These are just energy light. They're just beings with light. And you just know they're there. You really don't see them. They don't have a face. They don't have a body. They don't have anything. They're just like flashes of light. And I call them angels because, and I try to do sort of like, give them like robes and heads, but they really don't have human characteristics. They don't have eyes. They don't have mouths. They don't have ears. Nothing like that. So let's put that away. When I got to the end there, I asked, why am I here? And they said, well, you were about to die and we had to bring you back. And that's when I met God. Okay, you can laugh it up, but I did meet God. And when I said meet God, when you're there, I guess you could call it heaven. Have you ever, stood somewhere where there's clouds and there's mist and you can breathe the air and the oxygen, and you could clears you up, and it's very cold, and it's basically you're walking on the clouds. You could call it heaven, or you could call it whatever you want. God was there. I just knew God was there. I didn't see God. It's not like he was sitting there with his little chair and his crown or anything. He was just, you could just know he was there. And then he started to speak. Because and he doesn't really speak in a voice. He speaks more like telepathically. He gives you the thoughts. It's not like like the way I'm speaking right now. It's all spiritual. It's all I guess telepathic. Telepathy. I don't know what else to explain it as. That's all I got. I'll say about that. So I did ask God, why am I here? Number one, you're here to get recharged. Your battery was running low and we're bringing you back. We're going to recharge you because you're not supposed to die right now, and we're going to send you back. And that's what he said to me. And then he said something like, I'm not saying word by word, okay? He said something, do you have any questions? And I said, yeah. Why are you here, and how did you make the universe? How did you create, our planet, and what's going on? What the hell's going on here? Okay, I had questions, but again, I could not speak. When you're having this out-of-body experience, you don't have a body anymore. There's no body. It was just white energy. It was just, my hands were just white energy. And when I say white energy, I mean like white light, okay? Like a ghost, okay? A ghost. But it was white. It was not like blue ghost or red ghost or nothing like that. And he explained that a long time ago, he had too much of this creation energy. He literally told me, creation energy. Now, what it was is you had, let's say up here is the wall of the universe, and you have a hole. I know it sounds funny. And he told me that he flushed all that creation energy And that's all he had to do. But he said he screwed up. He said he had too much of it, and he shouldn't have sent out too much into the universe. And that sort of parallels the Big Bang Theory. You know, when the universe just got created out of nothing, that's what happened. God opened the hole and flooded out the creation energy. Now, what is the creation energy? The creation energy is like, it's just light that creates things. It could do whatever it wants to do. It's sort of like the force, okay? So this creation energy would get into into space and form anything. It would form a planet. It would form an asteroid. It would form a cloud. Whatever. It would form Luke Skywalker. All right, whatever it decided to do. So God had no orders or directions for this creation energy. All he did was send it out, and this creation energy has its own mind. It's sort of like the force, okay? That's why I always refer back to the force. This energy does whatever it wants to do. It has no hey, we got to do this, and we got to make planet Earth, and we got to make this galaxy, and we got to do this and that. It does whatever it wants. It's its own entity. It's its own mind. But God made it. Okay, so that's how it works. Now, this is the reason I'm making the video, because a lot of people recently have said that God, he's watching me. And I want to tell you that God is not watching you. God doesn't care what you're doing. Like, God is not watching me all the time. There's no all-seeing eye. He's not spying on me when I go to the bathroom. Okay? He doesn't care. God doesn't care what you are doing. He doesn't even know that you exist. Okay? And that's the fact. Again, God just had this energy that he flushed out, he pushed out, and he let it do whatever it wanted to do. So he's over there in his place, and he doesn't know anything about what's going on in the universe. Except there are exceptions. There are exceptions. The angels, or these creatures, these beings, whatever you want to call them, they do report to God. Now, they are the ones that do the work. Okay, they're the ones that come here and go to all the different planets in the universe and do all the work, and they do report back to God. But it's not like direct, one-to-one conversation. It's like an army of angels, okay? It's like an army of angels, and I call them angels because I don't know what the hell to call them. You could call them spiritual beings, spirits of light, spirits of the force. You call it whatever you want. Okay, they're just these creatures made of light and energy that work for God. So that's sort of why I differ with religion and Catholicisms and Christians and a lot of the religions on earth, because I don't believe that God is here. God is not here. He's billions of light years away at the end of the universe. And yes, the universe has an end. Okay? It has an end. It has a wall and an entrance. It has an entrance. What I'm trying to say is that God doesn't care what you're doing right now. He's not monitoring your life. He doesn't have GPS on you. He doesn't care if you drink a beer. All right? God doesn't care if you have sex, right? He doesn't even care if you kill people, all right? Doesn't care about any of your actions, good or bad. The only thing that matters to God is creation. And the downside and the bad part about God is that he destroys. He's the destructor of his own creation energy. So if God decides that, hey, I'm done with this universe. Okay, let's say, okay, look, you know what? This universe, I don't want it anymore. It sucks. Bring everybody back. bring all the energies back, bring all the single bodies of energy, bring them all back, and we're going to start over. Okay? If he decides to do that, we all die tomorrow. And I know it's kind of hard to understand, but think about, when you have a kid, or I don't have a kid, I don't have children, but let's say you did have a kid or a child, and he goes on and does whatever he wants, right? You have a son, and he goes down and he kills someone, or he gets married, he has kids, and you don't know what he's doing because you're at your own house. That's basically the way God works. God is not with you the entire time. There's no reason to pray to God. But you could talk to these guys once in a while. Now, they don't care as much. They're like, okay, planet Earth, whatever. Who gives a shit? Okay, planet Earth sucks. We didn't make it. This is the terminology that they use. We didn't make planet Earth. It was the creation energy. Blame it on her or him or whatever it is. They decided to do it. This creation energy made, the planets and the solar system, and and the stars, and let them deal with it. Should we worry about it? So God is only a creator of the universe, of celestial objects, and any time he could just take it all away and destroy everything, and he wouldn't even blink an eye, because to him it doesn't really matter what individuals like you and me do. All right, and I'm sorry to destroy your religion, and I know people probably get mad at me for telling you the truth, but we're on our own. Basically, we're on our own. We have to do what we have to do, and we can't depend on God or the angels to save us. Okay, we have to do better on our own, and this is the point of this out-of-body experience. We don't need parenting. We don't need punishment. We don't need, direction. We don't need, celestial gods coming down and screaming at us, "Oh, you've been a bad man today, Miller." That does never happen. That's not happening. So if we destroy ourselves tomorrow in some kind of nuclear explosion, nuclear bomb goes off tomorrow, God doesn't care. That's the truth. God doesn't care. Okay, these guys might go and say, "Hey, you know what? Planet Earth just, they committed self-destruction." And you're like, "Okay, well, let's send out more creation energy, just a little bit." Okay, because remember, he did tell me that he made a mistake at the beginning. He flushed too much of that energy out, and that was just too crazy. And he don't want to do that again. So if something goes wrong now, he's going to be like more, stingy. He's going to be like, "Oh man, I don't want to make that mistake again. I don't want to give life to everyone. There has to be limits to where I go." And, but the bottom line is, look, you have to take care of yourself. You have to know how it works. And that's why I'm here to teach you how this works. Number one, when you run low on your creation energy in your body, you die. Okay, number one. So you gotta keep up your creation energy in your body, your electricity. Let's call it electricity, and you gotta keep it pumped up. It's sort of like a generator, like the generator in your car. You gotta keep generating that energy so you don't pass away. Now, sometimes in specific cases, like in my case, they will pick you up, take you there, recharge you, and bring you back. It's not all the time, okay? For some reason, they decided to do it to me. I don't know why, but hey, they did tell me, well, okay, I do know why. Okay, look, I just don't want to make this too long. I was dying. My energy was low. I was about to die. They brought me back, recharged my battery, and brought me back. And the reason I say battery is because the creation energy is sort of like like a battery, like a cell phone battery. Okay, and when it loses power and it's low on battery, you die. But I got to get going, so just quickly, how do you recharge yourself, and how do you avoid, the battery from dying too quickly on planet Earth, so you don't die too quickly and you don't run out of power? Water. That's it. Water. I know, it's easy, right? It's fucking simple. Water is what recharges your battery. Okay? So, I'm not talking about pools or chlorine water. I'm talking about natural water. The best water is ocean water, the ocean, salt water, okay? Drinking water, regular tap water, any water. Water is the giver of life. Water recharges your battery. Okay, that's it. You can go and not eat for many days and drink water and you'll be okay. So it's really, the secret of life is so freaking simple. So now you know why I spend a lot of time in the bathtub. Okay, why I drink watered down beer. Okay, this is the reason. I know I'm revealing everything tonight. Okay, I'm revealing what really 1984 is, and why I spent a lot of time around water. Water is the giver of life. We know this. Jesus talked about water. Okay, everybody talks about water. Now, when it comes to Jesus and God, Jesus did have to come here. God had to show up on earth. But that's only like if something is terribly bad, okay? If there's like a last resort, like, oh my God, this is so bad. I have to intervene. I'm going to have to show up and kick ass. So if something happens on earth that gets God's attention, that's so fucking bad, like we're about to, blow up the entire solar system, because our nuclear weapons that we should have never created. I do like, I am a fan of science, but we should have never created the nuclear bomb. Okay, if something happens on Earth that's so apocalyptic, that's so terrible, God will have to, I want to say, come here and baby us and tell us what to do and everything. But he might have to show up and remind us what the fuck we're supposed to be doing. And what we're supposed to be doing is just being nice people, nice to each other, and, we're supposed to, the creation energy, when it made us, it expected us to behave like fucking adults, okay? So, someone makes you. Whoever it is, your father, you're at work, you're at school, someone gives you the opportunity to live, to be a good person. You go through surgery, you survive. You get into an accident, you survive. You do it for yourself. You don't do it for God or for religion. That's the point. Okay, you wanna make us look good. Okay, we want to look good in the eyes of the Creator. And again, when I say the Creator is actually the creative energy, not really God. God only sent it out. I hope that explains it. I don't want to go too long here. But I'll just say, I know that this is not the type of videos that you guys want to see. I know you guys want to see other type of, more drama and me going fucking crazy and nuts. But I've met God. I have a connection with God. And when I guess when I run out of battery, I'll see God again. I don't know if he's going to send me back again. I don't know how many times that could happen. And I wouldn't call it resurrection. I don't know. I wouldn't call it a resurrection, but It could be. I don't know. Because you don't come back in your original body. So, recap. God doesn't care what you do. All right? God doesn't care if you sin, if you drink, if you have sex, if you're married, or if you file a divorce. He doesn't care because he doesn't know. All right? He's not here. God is far, 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 far away. And it's up to you to do what you believe is right. We are individuals and we make our own decisions. You can't depend on someone to save you. These guys are not going to save you. All they're going to do is take your dead body to the end of the universe, recharge it, and bring it back. They're not going to save you. There's no such a thing as, oh my God, the angels saved my life. But you could get one of these guys on your side. Now, but you gotta make friends with them first, okay? It's like a buddy. You gotta say, hey man, can you help me out a little bit here? But it's not because of prayer. Now, if Satan attacks you, because Satan is Satan is not on the other side of the universe. Satan is inside the universe, because the creation energy made Satan, the devil, and the dark side of things. There's the light side and the dark side, okay? Now, again, this wasn't up to God. This was up to the energy. He decided, or she decided, or whatever it was, to do that. And it thought it would be a good idea. That's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you got any questions, I know it's complicated. It's really complicated. Please, but keep it simple. If you have any questions, let me know. See you guys later. And may the force be with you. Goodbye.